month of December. Well, hello, I am Austin Wilson with Hixon Zuercher Capital Management, and we are here to provide you an economic and market update for the month of December, even though it's January. Go Bucks!
And this is Josh Robb, also from Hixon Zuercher Capital Management, and we're bringing you the December economic update. We're going to look at last month, the things that happened for the economy and the market, and also look at January, what to expect. So the big thing was COVID. So as we had a lot more cases coming through after the November holiday and heading into the Christmas holiday, that was a big concern. But we also had that on the opposite end, we had the vaccines roll out. So we had 2 approved vaccines that started being available at the end of December. So that was big for the economy and for the market. The other piece as well was we had a stimulus, a second round of checks going out. They were $600 per person, so about half of what it was last time, but it was seen as another boost for those that were in need, that something was at least there and available to them. And those checks did start arriving at the end of December.
So speaking of stocks, for the month of December, the Dow Jones Industrial Average was up 3.3%, bringing year-to-date gains up to about 10%. The S&P 500, that was up 3.7%, bringing its year-to-date total to about 18% total return. The NASDAQ, which led most of the year, continued to lead in December, is up 5.7% for the month, bringing the year-to-date total to 49%. That's pretty strong.
Yes, and despite that overall market, the economy did have some struggles as the stimulus package, which was passed at the end of December, had a lot of back and forth as there was a lot of pieces in there that neither party could really seem to agree on. And so over time we saw a lot of the will it happen, won't it happen, and the market seemed to react pretty much to that ebb and flow of whether or not we would get a stimulus. In the end, we did get a $600 stimulus, like I mentioned earlier, and that was seen as helpful. But all the other pieces are kind of still up in the air, and there's even a chance here in January, as we saw from the elections, that there may be another round of stimulus or an additional payments coming through. So all that will impact the market going forward as it looks to what will the overall impact of COVID be and what will the government's response be to helping to offset that.
So, as we all know, there was an election in November, and after the election results, when they came out and pretty much said that Joe Biden was going to be president, that the Republicans were going to probably maintain control of the Senate and the Democrats were going to maintain control of the House, Wall Street cheered that on. They were like, hey, that's good news. We got some gridlock going on here. Nothing too much, no big changes are going to go through probably in terms of legislation. But those Georgia Senate seats were a little too close to call, so those went off to what is called a runoff. And that runoff was in January, at the beginning of January, actually just about a week before we were recording this. So, what happened? Well, contrary to what was believed in November, the Democrats actually won both of those races and took control of the Senate with a 50-50 split. And they took control because Vice President-elect Kamala Harris is actually going to be that deciding vote in the event of that 50-50 tie, which, would be kind of likely. So, what happened? Well, Wall Street rallied again because with that form of government where we've got, the Democrats controlling the White House, the House of Representatives, and the Senate, the potential for significant stimulus was a lot higher, and stocks rallied on that. So kindly remember, nothing we talked about here is a recommendation, but if you'd like to talk about your financial situation, give us a call at 419-425-2400. Thanks for being here this week. Hope you enjoyed it. Go Bucks. Also, this is a reminder that we recorded this actually the night of the Buckeye game, so we don't really know the results, so hopefully they won. But anyway, I've been Austin Wilson.
And I'm Josh Robb from Hixon Zuercher Capital Management, wishing you a great start to the 2021, and also thanking you all for a successful first year of our podcast. So if any of you had tuned in and listened, the Invested Dads that Austin and I do together, it's a weekly podcast where we talk about different financial issues and topics. You can check it out on wherever your favorite podcasts are, but we are celebrating our 1-year anniversary. Again, like Austin mentioned, we're recording this before the national championship game, but we're hoping the Ohio State Buccaneers have a great turnout. Wishing you a great start to the 2021. Have a good year.